my lovelies, today is a very important day because it is 2 weeks until the off-road games where Dan and I will be competing against many other YouTubers. There is a problem. This one has no rear locker. I know we fixed it kind of at the Hammers, but we don't have a locker anymore. I could tell when Dan was driving Mischief Maker and the tires weren't turning. We're gonna figure out what we can do because we can't get the part for another 4 months, but there's Maddie and I, we're gonna open it up and we are gonna solve the problem.
Axle leaking.
No axle leaking. Maddie, whatever are we gonna do?
When you get it on the brakes, it helps stop the vehicle.
Okay.
Let's still look straight. Yeah.
Looks straighter than the other side.
Yeah, that one's fine.
Perfect. We're just taking everything apart, so the axle shafts have to come out first. And Maddie yelled at me from the other side and said, "You have the pre-brake axle shaft over here." This is what I mean. This is a 35 spline on a Dania 80, and all the splines are straight there, but you can see they're kind of all leaning. So if I put this back in like that, it's just minimal time before that actually breaks. So I'm going to quickly run up to the storage unit and grab the spares. So I'll be back in 3, 2, 1. Now, yes, I do use a Pelican rifle box for my spare drive shafts. Look at that. Super easy and has wheels, so super not heavy. Okay, so we're just measuring the two that we've taken out of the box. They're all the same?
Yeah.
We were doing it with our micrometer, but we decided a tape measure would be much better in this situation. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the carrier out and we're gonna put it on the welding table that I moved back here because it is the only surface that's available to us at the moment, and take a look at what we're able to do. Now, I know I said that I couldn't get the part for 4 months. That is true. I even called ARB USA and they said they're 4 months out. So we gotta figure something out.
There's some shims that are going to fall out.
Bozarita, what is that?
It's science.
And magic.
And magic. Separates right here, so that little sucker.
And this little sucker too. Just whilst we're waiting for the tool, if you've ordered your Off-Road Games t-shirt, they will be coming in 2 weeks and I will be sending them out to you. Probably the morning of the 13th is when they're all going to go out. So don't worry, your t-shirts are still coming and I'm really excited for you guys to all wear them. All right. Yeah.
I just want to see what parts are going to go.
I know.
Right?
Yep. I'm ready to catch them all.
Oh. Well, nothing happened.
So last time we just flipped this all over, right? So
Yeah.
that these would stay engaged, therefore having a locker at all times in the rear. But for some reason, it's slipping in and out, which means, well, which says to me that the teeth are just, they're not really happy together and they're rounded off a little more, which would be viable considering we wheeled King of the Hammers and pre-ran in it the rest of the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, they're really rounded off. Look at this.
Yeah.
Whoa, look at that. All right, whilst we're trying to kind of figure out what's going on here, I will say I took Walter out in Mischief Maker to see how he felt in the seat without that bar. And this is how it went. Okay, Walter. First time, well,
Yeah, exactly.
second time. First time getting in. Look at that.
love
Look at
it.
that deep breath.
Look, my shoulder's not getting wrapped.
I'm excited. Now, a bunch of you have been saying, this looks so terrible. I hate it. Well, that's okay. Because I found, the only reason I didn't put the tubing in there is because I thought that I had thrown one of them out and I can't fit two with the one piece. But I found them both. So a lot of you will be happy.
Yeah, this is good, actually. This is real good. We're not even on the trail, and I am actually enjoying this already. It's so funny how a little change can make such a huge difference.
Walter has been enjoying my little snack drawer that I put together.
Just like a mini bar in here. It's awesome.
All right, figured out what has happened. The guys at the Hammers put this baling wire in here acting as a spacer.
To bend the spring
And the spring.
to keep this engaged enough to hit the spider gear.
Yep, but what's happened is that it's just rounded off more.
Deeper, yeah.
Yeah, on the teeth. So that's what's happened. We figured it out now. Solutions.
I have several.
We can rebuild the teeth by welding them up and grinding them down.
I don't know how long that will last. If that's part.
Yeah. Other thing we could do is weld the spider gears onto
The center ring.
the center ring.
Now, I don't know if we'll ever get it apart again after that.
I'm not really liking that one.
Yeah.
I'm not liking that one at all. Is there a third?
Yeah, new locker.
Well, I can't get a new locker for 4 months, and I've called every shop in the country who got them in. Don't worry, we didn't go anywhere. We're still trying to figure out what our best options are for this and what we're gonna do. But here's some more wheeling action. So we're out here with Eric from PSF Garage.
Funny
So-
story how we even, I don't know, it's weird how we met Eric. Like, we were watching his channel trying to figure out what to build for the OnX Off-road build challenge. And one of the vehicles we had considered was a Dodge Durango, like a first-gen Dodge Durango, like a 99.
Yep.
And Eric just so happens to be building one, so that's how we found his channel. His vehicle's pretty cool.
It is very cool.
If the OnX Off-road build challenge didn't have a budget, the budget that it does, I would totally. This is so.
We would have totally
God.
done that. It's okay.
It's been a
Okay,
while.
there we go.
All right. Yeah. If the OnX Off-road build challenge didn't have the budget that it has, I think I could see myself building one of those. It's huge on the inside, and He's basically made it just a tube buggy, and it's a really cool vehicle.
What we'll do is we'll leave the link in the description below to his channel.
It's a really cool vehicle.
A really cool build. So if you're into building things or checking things out, definitely one to go to for sure. I really hope that you enjoyed that wheeling section. Walter was very, very happy. We didn't do an outro of the day. We were just really enjoying the time on the trail, and it was absolutely awesome. And he says he is going to be in more wheeling videos. Who thinks he will, and which trail should we go on next with Walter? Leave your answer in the comments below. But now, back to the rear diff. So here is what we've decided to do.
So this ring goes down over this piece in the case. If I can get this all out, okay. And this is what locks your air locker. Is this ring sits down on those teeth, and then with the air actuating, it slides over these teeth.
Yep.
Onto the ring gear.
Yep.
Or onto the
spider
gear. Now, locking that spider gear in place locks all these spider gears in place. And then when you release it, it pulls this back off of the spider gear so it can be open differential.
Yeah. What we've decided to do is we're going to weld the ring to the spider gear here. So this essentially becomes one piece. And once it's sat on here, on the spider gears over here, it's fully locked.
And it does the same thing it did, it just doesn't.
It's not going to
release ever.
Yeah. Ever.
Until we get a new spider gear and ring.
Yeah.
And then we're not completely junking the case of that locker.
Yep.
So it can be rebuilt.
So that's kind of where we're going to go. I am most probably going to spool. In fact, I am going to spool Mischief Maker. I just can't get the part here in time for when I need it. So I was kind of worried about doing something with this. So originally they were going to weld the spider gears all together on this ring. Therefore, it would have been kind of junk. But now I feel better because we'll be able to use this or have this as a spare just in case or for any other builds. We're gonna quickly clean all of this up and yeah, get to welding that in.
We're just trying to make sure we have enough to clear our spider gear teeth. We may have to do a little grinding with a deburr wheel.
Think this is the money though?
Well,
we'll find out.
yeah, we're definitely gonna find out.
We'll find out. I definitely feel like we made the right decision though, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. We're gonna leave Maddie doing that. It's very precise welding that needs to be done, and honestly, I'm just worried in case, although I think I would be fine, but I'm just worried just in case I get a little smidge wrong, because if I get anything wrong, then no one's going to the games. Now, let me tell you a little information about the games. OnX Off-road is the official partner for the off-road games this year, which is super cool. Now, if you have OnX, look up off-road games. You're going to be able to see event schedules, the trails that we're going to be on, shuttle information, and more event information on there. Now, if you don't worry about it. I'm going to leave a link in the description below where you can try OnX for 7 days for free. That's right. And if you like it, which I have a feeling that you will, then you get 20% off, which is super cool. I use OnX Off-road, and many people that you know who are going to be at the off-road games as well also uses OnX Off-road. Now, they've just added some awesome new features, so if you have any questions about it and you see me, give me a holler, but I'm going to leave that link in the description below. Let's see what Maddie's up to now.
We're gonna have to get in and grind with the die grinder.
Okay.
Some of those back.
Yeah.
But this holds the ring in place now.
So we're locked.
Yeah.
You sounded so sad about that.
I'm so sad.
Don't.
I wanna grind and fill a couple more and then grind and
Okay.
so we can get a better, really good weld onto all of it.
Okay. I'm feeling really good about this though, Maddie.
Well, it's gonna work for what we need it to.
Exactly. High five. Bam! Teamwork makes
the dream work.
We want to remind you, don't do what we do. We're doing something to try and solve a problem here that we have. If you feel like doing it, or you've done it before, redneck stuff here that's happening in the shop.
Right.
Okay?
Do they have rednecks in Scotland?
Oh yeah,
Or
they
at
have.
all?
I'm not gonna say because some people get really offended by it. But I'm not gonna say. But they do exist. Let's see what happens, Maddie.
Yeah.
Closer. So what was happening is that the carry just wasn't
Yeah, it
closing
wasn't.
all
Yeah.
the way around because the welds were a little too high.
Yeah, and this is a spider gear, so we may have to do a little more grinding
That's okay.
and cut those gears out a little deeper. I mean, at this point, being welded to their garbage to a point, we're just using it to lock all the rest of the spider gear. So we have some sort of locker or spool for the off-road games. This is also something that would be done in a race to keep racing. So
He would know that. He's like the race guru. He's like the racing god. That got really weird. Okay.
still have.
That's not. But we're down a lot of weight compared to you only have a little bit.
Think we can suck it up with the ring gear?
Yeah, we might be able to actually, because that's not a lot.
No.
If it was maybe an inch or two more like around, I'd be like,
Yeah, no. We no longer need that in here because we're not using air. So we might as well save that somewhere safe so we can use it at a later date.
that can go in the spare parts cart. Feeling pretty good about it.
It'll work until it won't.
And honestly, it wasn't working before. So we're in a better off place.
Yeah, at least it goes round.
It does go around. The case does look good. It looks like it's sucked down all the way around. Still have to torque it, but it is looking gravy, baby. Looks like we may be making the games. I'm gonna preface this with, I am not gonna go around and be wheeling Mischief Maker for the next 2 weeks, every single day, every second day. I'm not gonna be driving it on the street. We are getting prepared for the off-road games. And then after that, we're gonna spool him. So we gotta wait a couple of weeks for that though, for the part to come in. So until then, Dan, we're in business.
You don't want crooked or nothing.
All right, guys, we put the carrier together and we are feeling pretty fancy and good about it.
Should work.
It should work.
Probably gonna be fine.
We always say that. We'll probably be fine. We are gonna be at the off-road games in a couple of weeks. I am not gonna be wheeling him a lot because we're gonna save him for that, pretty much. There's a couple more things that we're gonna get done on Mischief Maker before the off-road games. You guys saw Walter have a ball, finally, without having a bruise on his arm, wheeling. So he had a lot of fun. And yeah, we just got more stuff to do, as always.
Yep.
Yep, but guys, thank you so much for joining us and thanks for watching.